guys, this is SkyTech Freak and today we'll be unboxing the LG G6. So before we unbox the device, let's take a quick look around the box. As you can see, if you buy this device, you get 50% off on the Active Plus wireless earphones from LG. On the left side, we can see that there's the seal and life's good when you play more, which is the tagline I think for this device. And we'll talk more about its gaming features a little later. On this side, there's nothing at the bottom of the box. On the left side, there's just the price and IMEI number, etc. specifications. On top, you can see LG Life's Good, which is the tagline of the company. At the bottom, strangely, there aren't many of the specifications of the device. There's just the name of the phone, the name of the company, and the fact that it runs a Qualcomm Snapdragon without even specifying which exact processor it is. Now, as you can see, we all know that it's using a last year's processor. The LG G6 is running on the Snapdragon 821 rather than the 835, which is what the Pixel runs on, so that makes it a little strange that the tagline of the device is play more, since it's using an older processor and older GPU. But I guess as per the benchmarks, etc., it says that the G6 is performing equally or even sometimes better than the S8 in everyday tasks and sometimes even in gaming. Let's actually get to the unboxing of the device now. As you can see, there's these blue ribbons that you can just pull so that you can get the box out safely. And as soon as you open this, you can see an LG G6 microfiber cloth, which you can use to clear the screen and glass on any device, which you should need for this device a lot, especially if you're not using a case, because this is both front and back glass, so you should probably hold on to this microfiber cloth. And once you get rid of the microfiber cloth, you can actually see the device itself. Here you can see the front part of the device, which has that 5.7 rounded screen, 5-point-inch QHD display as per resolution. There's the front-facing 5.0 megapixel camera, ambient light sensor, and proximity sensor, the speaker grill, and down here you have the LG logo. As you can see, there's really a lot of screen and very little bezel. The bezel to screen ratio on this phone is 80%, and we'll get to that once we actually turn on the device. On the left side, you can see that there are just the volume rockers, and since the power button is at the back, you won't see the power button on any other surface. There are the antenna bands over here. Down on this side, we can see that there's more antenna bands, the noise cancelling microphone, the actual 3.0 USB-C charging port and data transfer port. It does support Snapdragon 3.0 fast charge. Here's the single speaker grill, which will easily be covered when you're watching videos or playing games when you put your hand over here. Over here we have the SIM and SD card tray. It's both in one tray, so if you need to remove the SD card, you will be removing your SIM necessarily. On top you can see more antenna bands, another noise cancelling microphone, and over here the 3.5mm headphone jack, which is something LG thankfully has not gotten rid of. At the back we can see that glass back that I was talking about. Something interesting that LG has done is that on the back there's Gorilla Glass 5, whereas on the front there's Gorilla Glass 3. You can see that Gorilla Glass 3 is actually more resistant to scratchers, and Gorilla Glass 5 at the back is more shatter resistant. Now the reason they've done this is because they don't want the front glass to shatter, whereas they don't want the back glass to scratch for aesthetic purposes. We can see here there is the dual 13 megapixel camera and the power button, which also doubles as a fingerprint scanner for security. Down here there's the branding of LG G6, and we can see that since this is 64 GB Asian version, this does have a Hi-Fi tag. What it doesn't have in charge is wireless charging, because that is only available in the US variants, which is something LG has done given different devices, different features, which is a little confusing and strange, but we have the Hi-Fi DAC version. Now that we've gotten rid of the device, let me just turn it on and we can put it away for now. As we can see, the screen really looks great, and we get to know when the black is actually different from the black of the bezels, but this display is really good. Even though it might not be AMOLED, it is LCD, which makes it more true to color. Now while the device is booting up, let's take a look inside the actual box. Over here what you have is probably a quick start guide and the SIM ejection tool. So let me just get a hold of that. Once you peel this, and there we go. Once you're able to get inside this, you should probably see the quick start guide and the SIM ejection tool, which is on a round sort of SIM ejection tool. Down here we have a massive brick for wall to USB type 2 it's probably USB type 3, but it's a normal USB port, not a USB type C port, as opposed to what we had on the LG Nexus 5X, which was USB-C to USB-C. So we can put this away. What we have over here is again normal USB to USB type C charging cable and data transfer cable. And most of the retail boxes in the States, etc., don't ship with earphones, but since this is the Hi-Fi DAC version in Asia, this will probably ship with earphones. Let's see what these earphones look like. There we go. Since this is a Hi-Fi DAC, I expected the earphones to be really great, like the earphones we got with the HTC 10 over here, which were really high quality. But it seems that LG has just shipped its normal cable, and if you can see, these are the cables. This is the earphone I got with the Nexus 5X. These seem to be identical to the earphones you get with the Nexus 5X, despite the Hi-Fi DAC. The retail earphones won't be taking much advantage of that, but you can always get your own sort of earphones to make sure you get the exact quality you want to get. Now let's actually look at that screen and see how much the screen to body ratio is. You can see that the screen has these rounded curves, and you can really see that on this screen on this body there's so much more screen than there is of anything else. Let's compare that to something like the HTC 10. Now here's a little size comparison. The HTC 10 comes in at about 9 point something millimeters, whereas the LG G6 is a lot thinner at 7.9, close to 8 millimeters. The back being metal versus glass. Well, I prefer the metal build because it just feels more solid and doesn't attract fingerprints. But that also means the metal scratches more easily, and you can see there are scuffs all over the place. And as per the screen, the device sizes, we can see that the LG G6 has a 5.7 inch screen, and the HTC 10 only has a 5.2 inch screen, and yet not only is the LG wider, but it's almost the same height as well because of these large bezels and the front fingerprint scanner. The screen is only this big. They have the same screen technology, which is LCD, and even the same resolution of QHD, so that means technically the HTC has the higher pixel count. Let's talk about the specifications of the device. We've already mentioned how there is an 821 processor, which is an odd move LG did. They couldn't get the Snapdragon 835 to perform. Besides these things, there's also a 3300 milliamp hour battery in this device, and I'll talk more about how long it lasts on daily use in the actual video review. So right now, I think this is all that there is to the unboxing of the device. You can see that there's also a screen guard that was shipped in with the device. If you can just see really closely that there is actually a screen guard that's been pre-applied, but this screen guard is very flimsy, and there are already air bubbles inside it, so I would suggest that if you want protection, get maybe a tempered glass or reapply a screen guard, and possibly definitely get a case, because you can see I've only been handling this device for a small amount of time, and there are already fingerprints and all these marks on it. Even dust stays on it because it's such a shiny black. Everything that's not that is visible will look extremely bad on this. So either get a case, or like I said, keep onto this microfiber cloth so that you can keep wiping it all the time. We'll talk more about the cameras and how long it lasts on daily use, its gaming performance, and how smooth the UI is, etc. All this in the actual review of the device. That's it for the unboxing. This is SkyTech Freak with the unboxing of the LG G6. Thank you.